Hey, welcome back to T Academy. In today's video, we will learn how to download and install Visual Studio Code, also called VS Code. VS Code is one of the most popular code editor. So today, we are going to prepare our environment for Python for Python development using VS Code. First, open your browser. I have two browsers here. I have Google Chrome and I have Microsoft Edge. So you can open any one you want. Like in Python, we install in Python. I will take Google Chrome. I will open Google Chrome. Then in this part, in this search bar, I will write code.visualstudio.com. Okay. You click then this is the official website for Visual Studio Code. It will directly show you open for download for Windows. So you click on download for Windows here. This one, you click download for Windows. When you click there, the downloader will directly start here. And it depends on your laptop. The download will start. When the download is complete, then open the download. Okay? You open the download. The download is complete. You open the downloader, then double click on download and accept the agreement. Accept this one, accept the agreement and click next. Okay, click next. Here you have to check create a desktop icon. This one will put VS Code on your desktop. So you can click this one and add to the path is already here. Add to the path, you know, in Python, we talk about it. It will install VS Code on the command prompt. So it's already here. Add to the path. You click next. Okay. When you click next and you click install. But as for me, I have VS Code installed on my laptop. So I'm not going to click next here, install here. So I just have to cancel it. Yes, I have VS Code installed on my laptop. Then what next? I have to check if Visual Studio Code is directly installed. I added in my desktop. So this is a Visual Studio Code on my desktop. So what next? I can check directly on my command prompt if Visual Studio Code is installed. You take Windows plus R on Windows plus R CMD. Then you click OK. You already know how to access in CMD, Windows plus R. Then here you have to write a code space minus version like Python. We check for Python. Then you click. This will show you the Visual Studio Code version. Okay, this is the Visual Studio Code version. Then how to launch Visual Studio Code. Some Visual Studio Code, when you finish installing them, they will directly launch. But in your case, if it not launch, you can come to your desktop and check Visual Studio Code. It's here. You can double click on it. It will directly launch. Okay, it will directly open. This is the Visual Studio Code will directly open. This window will open. But if you want, you can close this one. And okay, so I will close it. This is the first way to open Visual Studio Code. The second way is what? You can open Visual Studio Code with a command prompt. How to do it? You come on command prompt, you write a code. Okay, code space code space dot, you click. It will launch Visual Studio Code. So you have two ways to open Visual Studio Code. The same part is here. Okay, this is the same Visual Studio Code. But as for me, I'm not going to use this one. Let's use the simplest one. This one, I will double click on Visual Studio Code on my desktop. Okay, it will open this one. Okay, when it's open, if I can close this one, welcome part, I can close it. Then close, come here. Okay, come to this part, new file. You can create a file to see exactly if Visual Studio Code. Okay, before that, you can integrate Python on Visual Studio Code. How to do it? Come to the extension. Click here. Click to extension on write Python. Okay, write Python to integrate Python to your Visual Studio Code. Okay, then take Python for Microsoft. This one, not this. take this one, Python for Microsoft. Click here. When you click, it will show you install. You click, but as for me, Python is already integrated on my Visual Code. That's why we have here uninstall. But for you, it will be installed. When you finish that, you can close. When you click install, it's not going to take long time. It's directly installed. When you finish, you can close it. You can close this part, no problem. Okay, so in the next video, we are going to see how to create your first Python program on your Visual Studio Code. Okay, that will be your first program. Thank you for watching, and let's meet in the next video.